I never thought of myself as an artist. I was just a collector. I think for me, art is the expression or the appreciation or the observation of things that I find beautiful and interesting. So when I make something, it's made from bits and pieces of things that other people have made, or that have been produced in a factory, or have somehow they acquire this patina of age from neglect or damage from use. And I kind of look for ways to celebrate that. I dig through the trash all the time. I'm a dumpster diver. I clean out people's basements or attics.
Nice. Okay.
I would love to be able to tell people that, create this kind of myth that I make stuff out of things that I find, but I actually also do get a lot of things from junk stores and antique shops, and that's where you find some of the really high quality stuff. That's a piece that I did for the first show that I had here at the Harrison Center. I had this image of creating, sort of a portrait of my great-grandmother, who I thought was a really interesting woman, or sort of a very colorful character. She was a really good card player, and she could tell your fortune by reading things from a deck of cards. And so I wanted to make this piece that was part robot and part live person. So I had this collection of old broken table legs and furniture and old appliances and things all from the 1920s, and this mannequin head from the 1920s that became my great-grandmother's head. She had this deck of cards, and she became this sort of like life-size version of my great-grandmother telling your fortune with a deck of cards. And I called it the Queen of Hearts. I've been doing a lot more installation kind of work lately. I will make large constructions out of towers of old furniture, and I started doing that a few years ago as a way to sort of work larger. A number of the things that I had been making before that were smaller pieces, like things that you could hang on your wall, or smaller like pedestal sculptures, and I really wanted to start to make work that was more monumental. So I started making these constructions out of larger scale objects, and sometimes I would build an armature or framework on which then I would use to make these towers of furniture and make castles and just big kind of things that look like giant machines. So I've got one now. I'm working on this sort of magical mechanical music machine, sort of this obsessive collector that does it out of compulsion, I think, in a way. And so for me to be able to use my appreciation of odd objects and use my collection in a way that produces something that appeals to other people and something that other people find interesting is really a wonderful experience, and I think I will do this for the rest of my life.